Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Perils in Paradise card review. And what more Rogue Madness can we get? Some pretty crazy stuff, but we're more in the burgle, the fun variety of Rogue, and not so much the absolutely murder you with card drawn weapons. There's some really cool stuff here, a really awesome legendary that brings quests back. We got Quest Rogue back, kind of, but it's a fun quest. It's a cool one. We'll go over all these cards. If you want to win any of these cards, we're giving away 2 regular pre-orders, 1 mega bundle out of my pocket to enter that giveaway. Like and comment in the video, link down in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel, every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed, I will add another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. And starting off, we have a new 8 mana rogue spell. You can't be 8 mana. Of course it's not. It could be 0. It's Snatch and Grab, where you destroy 2 random enemy minions. It costs 1 less for each card you've played from another class. So as long as you've played 8 cards from other classes, and if you turned yourself into another class at some point, you could probably cheat this out pretty quick, right? This will become 0 mana, kill 2 things. So that's pretty good in a really heavy Burgle Rogue deck. Not so good in basically anything else. And if you're looking at this again, all these rogue cards will be available to Paladin. They don't have a lot of great ways to generate cards from other classes other than, well, the card itself. Snatch and Grab will be a rogue card as you're playing Paladin, but I don't think it'll be super effective there. Again, you never know how it'll play out. Regardless, it's pretty cool in the regard that you're getting encouraged to play actual Burgle cards and not cards that just draw cards and murder your opponent. I'm sorry, I'm still like recovering from the rogue cards we saw earlier. I don't know, the Huron Thief Rogues will love this card. The Cutlass Enjoyers, or the people that want to do infinite test shenanigans with our new legendary friend that turns you into another hero. It can do some cool stuff, and I think I could see a bit of play in those Burgle decks, and I think they have a chance. Like, there's some really high power level stuff going on here, so I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard, and I guess in Wild, where I guess it doesn't really work with the original Burgle card and all of that, but I feel like, yeah, the strategy is going to be a little bit too slow for that format. Give it a 2 there, but I'm not going to completely run it off because, again, like I like to say, any card that can cost 0 always has a chance to, you know, see meta play, because it just always seems life finds a way if it costs 0 mana. Well, let's just go with that. Next, we have the Sea Shill, a new rogue pirate. It's not a Blizzard Shill unlike me, right? Total Blizzard Shill. 3 mana, 3/2 pirate, Battlecry. The next card you play from a non-rogue class costs 2 less. So you can play this and like set up your hero card from another class to play it for cheaper later, because it's not this turn, right? You can just bank this. And yeah, it's just a nice little mana cheat effect for your non-rogue class cards. And again, it specifically says non-rogue, so if like you turn your hero into another class, you don't have to worry as much about it. Interestingly, you play this in Paladin with your tourist card, all of your Paladin cards will work. You can cheat out a lot of different cards with this. Any, like, right, Paladin card, or I guess neutral cards should work too, right? As long as it's non-rogue, it should work with neutrals. So I feel like as a tourist card, Paladin might be able to utilize this even better than Rogue with all their Burgle shenanigans. It is 3, which probably is a thing because Shadow Step exists. This is what I mean about Shadow Step always limiting design space. They can't really make this 2, because if you Shadow Step, 0, 0, 0, you could cheat out something for like 6 mana because it's stacked. So again, paying that Shadow Step tax at 3 mana. I don't know if this sees play. Again, it might have a better chance in Paladin, but I'll give it a 3. I think this Burgle Rogue thing can work. I want it to work. I just don't want rogues to be murdering me. I want them to just be playing. Wait, do I really want them to be playing random nonsense? That's driving me crazy from Excavates. I just don't want to lose to any deck I face. Let's be real. I'll give it a 3 in Standard, a 2 in Wild, where again, that strategy is probably not going to pan out, but absolutely cool. And I do like the fact that Paladin might actually be able to use this better than Rogue in some way. So that's pretty darn cool. We have the Conniving Conman, a 4-mana 4/4 pirate with Battlecry. Replay the last card you've played from another class. What's funny about this is you become another hero, that can like change the whole way this card works, right? All of a sudden a hunter, it'll play the last rogue card I played or something like that, right? Because I'm no longer a rogue, so that's kind of cool. And in Paladin, it's got some cool little synergies as well, since you're playing a Paladin card, but it doesn't specify rogue or anything like that. It's strictly from another class, and the Burgle cards and all that stuff are so inconsistent at what you want to specifically hit, that playing a conniving Conman could just be a completely wasteful card that's just sitting there because nothing you've played is something you want to recast. It can be a little bit weird, right? Like, it could just be a bunch of free stats. You could get like a 10 drop and play this, get another 10 drop or a big spell. There's potential for it. You can replay, I guess you can't really replay another hero card because you become that hero, so it doesn't really work with that. But there's a lot of weird stuff going on, but overall, not stuff that I see like highly synergizing with your Burgle situation and being consistent enough that I think it's going to be a playable card in Rogue or Paladin for that matter. So we'll give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard. I'll give it a 1 in Wild, because I don't think it's going to work in Standard. It's absolutely not going to work in Wild, but it is a pirate. I don't know, you play this in Pirate Rogue for the insane stats of a 4/4. Yeah, it's probably not happening. And then lastly, we do have an absolutely rad card here. This is the Treasure Hunter Yora, a 6-mana 4/5 pirate Battlecry. Remember I wanted returning mechanics? Side quest was one of them. Go on a side quest to discover amazing loot. You play 3 cards from other classes to complete it. So you get that side quest going, and basically what that means is you will discover Kazakus potions, like duels treasures basically. It'll be all from the same pool as the current Kazakusan. I'm not gonna go through them all. There's a lot. I'll just try and scroll through it, or just something for you guys. If you want to look up Kazakusan potions or cards, it's like that. And I don't believe you can get the same one twice. I don't know if you can get Kel'Thalos or the 6-mana weapon. Maybe you can do that if you get really lucky. But yeah, you can discover those, and then you get that amazing loot. You get those Kazakusan treasures, and I think the flavor is amazing on this card. It's such a sweet, cool card, but it's a 6-mana 4/5. And then you got to complete a quest afterwards just to get some loot that you then have to play. It's probably not hyper competitive, but it's something that I think a lot of people will really like to play. And maybe, just maybe, it's good enough. And especially you become another hero, that quest becomes really easy to complete and get some really crazy stuff, because those treasures can be very good, very powerful. If you play Kazakusan, you know that. So I'll give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard and Wild. I don't think it makes the cut. I don't think it'll be fast enough. But what a cool design. One of my favorite cards of the set, even if it won't be super competitive, and maybe it will be. And then I'll just be happy about that, right? Until I lose to it, then I hate it and should get nerfed. Nerf Yora and beat me in a game. Wah! That's me when I'm streaming compared to YouTube Zeddy, who's a whole different thing altogether. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about these cards. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.